Go.
This is Mr.450, J Flyier. You are listening to ECWF Podcast.
All right, welcome to episode number 7 of the ECWF podcast. I'm your host, Sean Baking, with my co-host,
Ryan Cowanage.
In this episode, we have a talk with J Flyier, Mr.450. We talk about everything from WXW to the Wild Samoans Training Center, even fishing. Enjoy. All right, we're back on the podcast here with J Flyier, Mr.450. How are you doing, sir?
How you doing?
And you're in New York, correct?
Yes, I am.
Originally from?
I'm originally from Horseheads, New York, but I ended up moving out here, so I live about Penfield, New York, out next to Rochester.
Okay. I want to talk about your nickname, Mr.450. We'll talk a little bit about the 450. Why is that like your signature move now, or like is there any inspiration behind it, or somebody that you saw do it and you were like, oh, I gotta do that?
Well, actually, to be honest with you, when I was younger, I was in gymnastics and all that stuff, and I won gold medals and stuff like that for the trampoline and all that because I loved doing flips. It was just like, it was always my thing, and I was very good at it. So I just kind of figured I would take it to the next level. And I was doing a moonsault, which is a backflip. I was doing that for a while, but it just wasn't setting with me. Wasn't really feeling that too well, so I changed it up. And I wanted to change it up, and so I did. That 450, it just kind of caught on. So I ended up doing that. And I perfected it, and I perfected it to its best right now.
From going from a moonsault to a 450, if you figure you needed something harder?
Yeah. I mean, I'm very good at making sure that I don't hit my knees or anything like that. I've got it pretty much spot on right now.
Okay. Now, I mean, because like that's kind of a dangerous move. Like if you do, like you said, hit your knees or you mess up any way, or have you ever like overshot like an opponent or like kind of missed them at all or anything like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I have, and I've had some times where it's happened. Actually, I was in a triple threat match, and it was for the Ultimate Wrestling Heavyweight Championship, and I was facing Michael McKinger and Colin Delaney. He's one of the old ECW guys. So we did a triple threat match, and Michael Kinger, he tried to get me up in the top corner for a superplex or something. He was trying to go for something, and somehow I ended up getting him in a trio woe, which is pretty much hanging somebody upside down on the top rope. So, and Colin was on the ground, and I seen an opportunity to hit a 450 off of my other opponent's legs, and I knew it was going to be risky, and I just, you hear the roar of the crowd, and you people want it. It's time to go. You don't second guess yourself, is what I'm saying.
Right.
And I went for it, and because I jumped off the guy's knees, I didn't have enough spring, and my arm got caught underneath when I came down, and it ended up bending the other way, and I tore 2 tendons in my right elbow, right on the spot.
Man.
So that was a very painful incident. Thank goodness it was the end of the match. I still won the match with the 450, but
nice. Now, did you miss time because of that?
What's that?
Did you miss time because of that?
I missed a month. It was only a month.
Not bad.
I rushed my recovery. I did faster than I should have. Also, I had a knee injury off myself. I tore my ACL and my MCL in my right knee. Tore that time before, so I've always come back a little bit sooner than I should. But that time that I'm out, I'm not very good at just sitting back and using the ice and the hotness and trying to take care of it that way. I make sure I do physical therapy every day, and it hurts. But you know what? Sometimes you got to do things that hurt to move forward.
Right. Now, anything like major, like surgery-wise or anything like that yet?
No,
That's
that
good.
I have not. And I am very, very thankful for that.
Good. Okay, just to, we'll start at the beginning, I guess we could, because I ask everybody, like, interview kind of the same general question here. Like, were you a big wrestling fan growing up?
Yeah, when I was younger, I was. Before I wanted to be a professional wrestler, honestly, when I was 6 years old is where it all just kind of started taking off for me. I was 6 years old, but hey, I was 6. I didn't understand anything at that time. But I seen, WWF on TV, and I got in trouble a lot. I was getting grounded and all that from my parents, and things taken away from me. But I didn't care. I mean, I didn't care as long as I could figure out a way to watch it or be some kind of a part of it, even if it's playing a game at that age. I felt like I was kind of connected.
Right.
So that's how it started.
Right. Now, do you have two brothers, correct?
I have one brother.
Oh,
Actually, I've been in a few families.
Okay.
I was actually in foster care when I was younger.
Okay.
And stuff, because I lost my family when I was about 15 years old. I was 15, and my mother and my grandparents, I lived with them. They all passed away in the same year.
Wow.
So I lost all the three most important family members to me when I was 15 in 1 year. And that really kind of, that changed my whole life.
I mean, if you don't want to get into it, we don't have to, but I don't want to.
Honestly, I don't have anything to hide over it. I'm actually very proud. I'm very proud to say where I am to this day. And I know that they would be very proud of me also. So I'm not ashamed of anything.
Okay, can you say what they passed from?
Yeah. It was my grandpa passed away first. He had Parkinson's disease, and he had congested heart failure, and it ended up taking him. Just ended up taking him in his sleep, and unfortunately, I walked into it. So I mean, there was a very hard time.
Oh man.
So it started with that was that. Yeah. So we had that, and then my grandma, she had congested heart failure. She had diabetes also. I also have diabetes. That's why I say that. And so then she ended up passing away from that. And then, not too long after that, my mother passed. She had all sorts of different things. She had leukemia, cancer. And she also had breast cancer. She also had congested heart failure. And all under that just ended up building, and that was it. So
I mean,
the hard part about it is that my mother was the most supportive of my career, of my dream. At that time, it was a dream for me, and my mother was the most supportive person when it came to it. She didn't care if she had to drive me 2 hours away to go to see a show or go somewhere to be involved with it. Some way, shape, or form, she made sure that I was able to get to where I wanted to see. So that pretty much pushes me more towards it. I feel like I get now, as I advance to myself now as a professional wrestler, independent professional wrestler, I find myself closer to her by stepping into a ring, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because you guys shared that bond throughout.
It is, and it's a hard thing because not everybody understands that. But what it is to me, I mean, yeah, I step in the ring because I love it. I love stepping in that ring, learning new things, and and furthering myself each day. But at the same time, going in there, I have a connection.
Right.
So it gives me that much more drive than anybody else.
Now, like when you were 15 and all that happened, I mean, did that kind of put you in like a dark place, or?
Yeah, absolutely. It put me in real bad. Things fell down. That's why I had to go into foster care. I was in a few homes. I just got shipped around a couple of homes because where I was living wasn't a good environment, so I ended up moving to a different one, and it just ended up being hard. And then I ended up, after all said and done, though, I will say, one of my best friends, one of my best friends from preschool, we grew up, we've always grown up together, and I was always over at his house, he was over at my house and stuff. Out of all the different places that I went, I ended up getting adopted by my best friend's parents through court. So it was a miracle. Honestly, I went through a lot of hard times, and I've connected with people and then lost connection with people, and that takes a toll on somebody, on any individual. Any individual can vouch for that. But they ended up taking me in and adopted me, and I was able to get on my feet. I was 15 years old, and finally able to have a home. It wasn't like my real mother or anything like that, but at the same time, I'm glad it was somebody that I was so close to rather than somebody I had no idea of.
Right. So then you're 15, and then where does like the decision to I want to be a wrestler come into that?
Well, yeah, this is where it all turns for here too. Yeah, I was 15. Everything's going. Finally trying to start looking up on things and getting stuff going, and all this whole time, even all the way up till 15, I wanted to be a professional wrestler. I just lost track of being able to put myself on the right track of what I wanted to do at the time. Okay, so I ended up getting left some money. Okay, because of losing so money. So of losing my mother and grandpa and grandma, I ended up getting left with some money. It wasn't a lot of money, but it was enough money to be able to get myself going to school. And I wanted to go to a college. I thought about it. I said, I want to go to one of the best wrestling schools I can go to. And I ended up going online, looking around and stuff. And in the meantime of this, I'm 15 years old. I'm 16 now. Now that I finally got adopted, I'm 16. So from 16 till I was 18, I didn't go to wrestling school till I was 21. I was 21. So in that whole time, I was trying to find ways of doing things to trying to get into shows and figure stuff out. So I ended up, when I was 18, I found a federation called Ultimate Wrestling. I was one of the very first people that was actually involved with that. There was me and one other person, which his name is IB Green. He is actually my Ultimate Wrestling Tag Team Champion partner right now. So we were actually one of the two originals from there. It's been 10 years. 10 years ago. So when I ended up starting there, and I got an opportunity. I got in there, one of the first ones to actually be in there and stay there, and they gave me an opportunity to wrestle. And yeah, I didn't really get to a training school or anything yet, but I had so much experience with gymnastics. I did every sport there is growing up in school and everything like that. That I was just very athletic and I was able to do a lot of things naturally, I guess I could say.
Right. Now,
so
was there anything?
Actually,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
They gave me an opportunity. I went in there, and showed them a little bit that I could do and stuff like that. And they're like, "Wow, this kid can move. So let's give him a shot." So they gave me a shot, and I was doing it. I was doing it for a while. When I was 18, the next 4 years, I was I was wrestling with them and get myself started and established, because every professional wrestler starts somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Every wrestler starts somewhere. And you never want to turn back on the place that you started at. That's how I've always felt. So that's where it all got started. But when I ended up turning 21, I had to wait till I was 21 to actually be able to get some money that was set aside that I was talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually able to get that when I turned 21, because that's when they consider you to be an adult.
Right.
You're an adult. You're 21. They're gonna be it's your money. You can do what you need to do with it. So when I was actually able to have that in my possession, I thought very long and hard about what I was going to do. And some people, not saying everybody in this world does this kind of stuff, but some people get a lump sum of money in their hand, they go out and blow it, and they have nothing to show for it.
Of course. Yeah.
All right. There's people out there that do it, and there's people that think smarter about it. I don't know. Everybody has their own way of thinking about things. But when I got left with something like that, the first thing I thought of was, well, this is my mother's money that I got left with. What is the smartest thing for me to do? What's going to give me more of a connection? What would she be most proud of me to do with it? And I had that feeling. I could just have that gut feeling that something right. You get it was like butterflies. You're on a roller coaster and you get butterflies or something. It was literally something like that, and it just clicked. Felt right. So I looked up. I'm like, I want to find one of the best wrestling schools they can go to. So I looked it up, and I found the Wild Samoans Training Center, which is an awesome school, amazing school. It's known by anybody. Mm-hmm. I mean, they have it in Florida. They have it. I went to the one in Pennsylvania, Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
They also have one in Florida. So my head trainer is Samu.
Mm-hmm.
So Samu from the Head Shrinkers.
Yeah.
So I ended up going there. It was $500 for a tryout. So that was just a tryout for it. Mm-hmm. And I did it. And I got accepted into it, and I paid for my schooling, and I graduated within a year.
Nice.
It was hard though still, because just like anybody, you still have to work until you get. Everybody wants to make it big. Everybody wants to get into WWE or Ring of Honor and TNA and stuff like that. Everybody wants to. And I would love an opportunity to do it. I would never turn it down, and that I always dreamed to be able to do that. But you have to accept that who you are and where you work isn't just an underdog place. Every place that you work is a way of bettering yourself. So people just have to keep their heads strong and understand that point.
Right. Just bring it back a little bit. You said in high school you played different sports?
Yes.
Was there any other thought of, hey, maybe I could do this or that, or it was always wrestling?
It was always wrestling. I mean, I did other sports and stuff. Football, baseball, basketball, soccer, bowling, swimming. I even wrestled in school. I pretty much did all of it, and I had fun. I had fun doing all of it, but wrestling was always on my mind. I would concentrate on what I was playing, but when it was time for not that, I was always thinking about wrestling. So it's always been there, always.
Okay.
It's always been stuck.
Can I ask where your dad was throughout the whole foster care thing and stuff?
Yeah. See, that's actually a good question. I do know my dad. Okay, I do know him. Mm-hmm. He was around when I was younger, when I was a child, baby still. But it ended up, him and my father and my mother ended up having fights all the time. It ended up not being a good relationship. Okay, not a good marriage. And my father ended up leaving my mother for my babysitter. My babysitter when I was younger, growing up. My father left my mother for my babysitter. Nah, tell me how awkward and weird that is.
Yeah, you're just sitting there as a kid, like.
Yeah, and he expects me, and he was expecting me to respect her. She's going to be your new stepmom.
Oh.
Who in the world? Absolutely not.
Yeah, I mean.
So that's what ended up, and I just had nothing to do with it. I had nothing to do with it, and he doesn't really try to see me at some points. I mean, I have to drive down to Horseheads, which is originally where I'm from. I have to drive down there to actually see him if I want to.
Okay.
And but he's never been supportive of my career. Never been supportive. And he's always trying to tell me that, you're never going to make it this. You're never going to do this. You're never going to be able to do it. And when somebody sits there and tells you never over and over and over again, you're going to eventually just delete that.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, you want to stay positive. I'm very positive when it comes to wrestling, life in general, and when it comes to things, because if you're negative, you're not going to move forward. That's just how I preach it, I guess.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. So that's just how it ended up doing. So now, to this day, I still do talk to my father. I message him every now and then, like a text message. I'll text him back and forth once in a while. But I always have to start the conversation, so I know that he doesn't care that much, or else he would check in on me once in a while because I am his son.
Okay.
But that's the way that I look at it. So.
Okay. Has he ever been?
It's a hard situation.
Oh, I can't imagine. Has he been out to see you wrestle, or just he doesn't care for it? You said
he has. No, he has never seen me wrestle. He has never been anywhere near anything that I have anything to do with.
Is it just like he doesn't like wrestling, or something like just you, or you don't?
No, he watched wrestling when I was a kid. That's how I noticed it on TV. He left it on. He left it on the TV, and I came walking out of my room, and I was just a kid. I remember it. I always will. And I seen The Rock and Sock Connection, The Rock and Mankind, doing their tag team work, and I just got hooked. I completely hooked off it, but he left it on. So I can thank him for all this.
Right. In a strange way, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Believe it or not, before I wanted to be a professional wrestler at 6 years old, this is totally out of the blue. Before I was 6, I wanted to be an astronaut. No idea. Came way out of left field.
I can say, yeah, where does that come from?
That's what I'm saying. Absolutely not. I mean, no idea. I wanted to be a race car driver, too, before that. But it was like, I wanted to be a NASCAR driver, because I'm always, Dale Earnhardt, always to him, so.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Bob Holly. I was going to say that'd be awesome.
No, break NASCAR racing.
Right.
That, and then astronaut, and then it was wrestling. I was 6 years old wrestling, and it's been wrestling ever since. That's it. You can't change it.
Wow, that's awesome. Did you go to any college at all?
Actually, I'm starting at MCC, which is Monroe Community College. I'm going to be starting that here in the fall, here in Rochester. I'm actually going to be going to take some schooling for optics because I am a optician. I also have a regular job.
Right.
So
okay.
Some people try to hide that. I'm not really one to hide to say that I also work during the week. I have a very set schedule. Every day is scheduled for me.
Right.
Which is not a bad thing. I can tell you, I'm never bored.
Yeah, I know what you mean, though. People that kind of, you say, oh, I'm like, I'm weekend warrior, weekend warrior, and they kind of look negative at, like, that terms. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Go ahead. Yes.
So, yeah, I just like a normal human being. I go to work Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 3:30. But the only difference is about my lifestyle is that when it comes to the weekend, when it's supposed to be, oh, let's relax, let's hang out, let's all get together. When the weekend comes, it's on the road. It's straight on the road. Even during the week, I pick up shows during the week. I get off. I have a very set job that are very understanding with what I do. So that's never an issue for me. I just go and
Yeah.
that's my relaxed time. Which I'm not complaining because I say that I'm on the road. That's not relaxing. To me, that is relaxing. Me driving somewhere to go perform and do what I do best and show the fans and the world what I am exactly capable of and what I'm made of. That is relaxation to me.
Right. Makes sense. Can you talk a little bit about your tattoos? I know you have like wings on your back.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Is
Actually, I do.
that because of wrestling, or that was just something?
Actually, yeah. Yep. I have wings on my back. I have wings on my wrist. I got a little tattoo. It's like a pigeon, I guess, whatever you want to call it, with wings on it. It's like its wings are expanded because this little family joke with my brother friend. There we have like a whole group that's family, and we all kind of gave each other kind of names and stuff like that. And it was very memorable for us. I mean, it might seem weird to somebody else, but it has a lot of touching moments for me for that. So I have that on there. But yeah, no, I the wings and stuff like that. I definitely fell in love with wings. My style, the way that I move, the way that I walk, the way I get into a ring, the way I get out, just every way that the way that I do the way that I do it. It just feels like it's all there for it. And I thought about it. I was like, I wanted to get wings on my back. I didn't know which ones or how I was going to do it, but I looked out. I was like, angel wings. I kind of want like angel wing type things.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want something that everybody does. Like everybody gets a set of wings somewhere, and I don't want to look like the next person. I want to be myself. I don't want to look like somebody else. So I ended up, I found these ones that I wanted to do, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to get this as the tattoo, but I'm also going to take the tattoo that I'm putting on, and I'm going to make that my design on my tights.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's like perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to do, I've seen people try to do, not a lot of people, but they'll do like different colored, but they'll try to put like wings on the back of their pants or something. I've never seen a pair of pants that really have wings that look too good on them. They don't really look that good, I guess I'm saying.
Right.
And I was like, I don't want to make them gaudy. I don't want to make them stupid. But I'm like, perfect. The wings that I have on my back, I put them on my tights. It's me.
Mm-hmm.
It's nobody else. It's not a wing design that anybody else can take off because I have my own. So that was very meant a lot to me.
Right.
On that, I have on my right arm. It says "fearless" in Chinese on my right arm. It stands for fearless because I feel like I am fearless.
Right.
I won't turn down. I won't back up for anything. Not saying that I can't take. I'm not going to take a fall, but I'm not going to stay down. I will get right back up, and that's the thing.
Okay. You mentioned Ultimate Wrestling. Like, you first started out training there, and then you said you trained at the Wild Samoans after that. Could you just talk about some of your like earlier trainers or like people you coaches or whatnot?
Yeah. Yeah, like Colin Delaney was a big one. I did a lot of stuff with him. He taught me a lot of things. Colin Delaney did. That was it. Throughout Samoans, Samu, and Alpha Junior, Lance Illinois, a lot of them. They definitely taught me ways, and those are definitely my trainers, and I look up to them.
And WXW, you're still working with them?
WXWC4.
So I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yep, I'm with WXWC4 this Saturday. I have to be there in Allentown.
Right.
I did 3 shows with them last month.
Yeah, I watched the Battle Royal.
Okay. Oh, the Battle Royal. Yeah, that was a fun one. I ended up tearing my shoulder on that.
Really?
The Battle Royal. Yeah, because I was on the top. Somebody somehow was laying across the top, and I had 2 people hitting me. 2 people, and I'm trying to elbow. I'm just legitimately throwing elbows at these guys. Like, get off of me. And as I'm finally getting these 2 knockers away from me, all of a sudden, some big dude just runs across and just splashes to all of us. And I ended up, like, backflipping off the rope and landed on my right shoulder.
Man.
And it was, yeah. I noticed right off the bat. It was fun, though.
Of course.
I worked with some good people. I mean, I wasn't happy after that. And then I just went to the chiropractor last week. Last week I went to the chiropractor, and he put all my bones back in place for me so I can go do it again, you know.
Nice. See, for all you people that say wrestling is fake.
Oh, yeah, well...
Jay Flyier says... Jay Flyier says, I was at the chiropractor.
Yeah, chiropractor will be your best friend, I swear.
Okay, I want to talk about some of the talent there at WXWC4. The British Wolf, he won the Battle Royal, correct?
Yes, he did. Yep.
And a couple other guys. Team Carnage?
Team Carnage? Yeah. They'll be there.
Yeah, I'm kind of big fans of those guys, like what they're doing. I really enjoy their work down there. The whole group.
Team Carnage?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're a set of bad people, I'll tell you that.
Have you worked with any of those guys, like, individually?
Yes. Actually, I've worked all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. It's awesome. Now that I think about it. Samuel Adams is in it.
Mm-hmm.
I've done a few matches with Samuel Adams. We worked good together. We have good chemistry. Definitely do. Me and Samuel Adams worked. Even Stevie Shields.
Mm-hmm.
Stevie Shields, we worked. We had a heck of a match.
Yeah, I watched that earlier, actually.
What's that?
I was watching that earlier, the matches on YouTube, or one of them, you versus Stevie Shields.
Oh, the one that's on my channel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of stuff on my channel. I just put together a bunch of stuff. I have my athlete page on Facebook that's starting to blow up here, so
okay.
Getting some stuff moving on.
Can you talk about
trying to get my notice?
Talk about some of the different titles you held or you're currently holding?
Yeah, some of the titles that I've held. Well, Ultimate Wrestling, I've done that for a long time, so I've held quite a few. I'm 4-time heavyweight champion. 4-time heavyweight champion for Ultimate Wrestling. I am a 2-time internet champion. And now currently 6-time tag team champion for Ultimate Wrestling. Okay. I'm currently the champion there, too.
You said internet champion. I thought of Zack Ryder for a second, but go ahead.
Oh, no, there was actually an internet championship.
No, I know, yeah.
Internet, yeah. And then also for Maximum Force Wrestling, I currently am their cruiserweight champion right now.
Okay.
Actually, I just defended that on Sunday. I had 2 shows this weekend, last weekend.
That was my next question, but go ahead.
Then also, I've held local wrestling entertainment. I've held the Mid-Atlantic Championship for them. I've held the Junior Television Championship for old school pro wrestling.
Okay.
The Junior Television Championship. Yep, I held that one.
I don't mean to put you on the spot and try to rack your memory a little bit, but
yeah, I mean, I gotta keep going back and back. I got everything. Trust me, I have everything written down. I have everything put up. I have awards and all that stuff. I make sure I have all my stuff up. So.
I mean, like you have to carry those belts with you, correct?
No.
Okay. Talk about like just winning the title, like the feeling of that, like the promotion, like believing in you, like enough to like want you to represent them as a champion.
That's a great feeling. That's a great feeling. It literally just showing them. Like I said before, it's so much hard work. So much hard work to be able to put yourself into this and be dedicated and have the passion and the heart and not making excuses to better yourself, that kind of thing. Because it might sound stupid, but there's a lot of people that do it that way. So, it's a great feeling. It means that there's some kind of trust bond going between you and that promoter. That promoter has enough trust in you and enough positive feed up for you to have you hold something for them. That's an awesome thing.
Right. It makes you look good, makes them look good.
Absolutely. And I'll stand there and hold it proudly.
Cool. Couple of the people, I was like I said, I was watching your matches earlier, and I don't know if you remember this one. Wait, how long have you been wrestling? I'm sorry.
Going on 10 years.
10 years? And you're still young, right? 26, 27?
I'm 27.
27. And you held all those titles at only in 10 years. That's pretty good accomplishment, I would say.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I have no arguments with that.
Some of the names I want to throw out there. I don't know if you remember wrestling Supremely Great.
Who?
Supremely Great.
Supremely Great?
Yeah. I think it was like 2010 maybe.
Supremely Great. It does not ring a bell.
No. Okay. Brandon Scott.
Brandon Scott. I do know of Brandon Scott, yes.
He's in Maryland Championship Wrestling now. He's kind of making a big name there. I saw you had a match with him earlier on. How about, could you talk about Venomous?
Venomous?
Yes.
Oh yeah. I've had some history with Venomous. Yeah, he came into Ultimate Wrestling. He came into Ultimate Wrestling and training and stuff. What was it? He came into Ultimate Wrestling to get started. It's where he started too. Just later on, I felt kind of a connection with this guy in a way. Literally, how we just both ended up getting in the ring, and I said, "Dude, let's wrestle." That was the first word that I ever said to him.
Yeah.
Was I was in the ring and he was on the apron or something. We were doing like some training stuff, and I literally just looked at him and said, "Get in, let's wrestle." And pretty much after we got together and we wrestled, we figured out that we could wrestle each other quite well.
Yeah.
And we're like, let's take this to the next level. So for a long time, I traveled with him too. I've worked him at OSPW. I've worked him at UW. I've worked him at LWE, KDW. Like there's places. Like I've worked around that guy.
Mhm. The one I was watching earlier was the I Quit match you had against him. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I remember that one. I can't forget. Yeah, actually, that match, I actually came back. In my career, I came back early. I was on injury, and that was when I tore my ACL and my MCL in my right knee. I was on injury, and I was out for a while, and I was supposed to wait another 3 weeks to be able to actually get cleared by the doctor to wrestle. I don't tell anybody to go against your doctor, I swear.
Right.
And this is not me telling everybody it's okay, I promise. But for me, I had the feeling that I couldn't wait. I couldn't, and I felt like I was doing well. I did physical therapy every day for 2 months, every day, and I felt like I was there. I just had the will. I had the power. I knew it was there. It's time to go, and I did it. I got asked to. Pretty much, he challenged me. Venomous challenged me to an I Quit match, and because I beat him fair and square. This is before I even blew my knee out. I blew my knee out. The craziest thing it is, I do a 450 splash for a finisher. I do moonsaults. I do all sorts of different things when it comes to landing on your knees or landing on stuff. And I blew my knee out just on a basic, simple drop kick. I was heated.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're probably like, really?
I was like, just before I did, I don't know, maybe 4 moves before I did that, I just did a senton over the top rope to the outside on someone, and it was all good. And then I come in and I drop kick and I blow it out. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So right after that, and he called me out. He called me out in an I Quit match. And I was still in a brace. I'm like, wow, this is cheap. Like, you are a serious heel right now because you're challenging me when you know I'm hurt.
I was gonna say, did he know? But yeah, he's just.
Yeah, he knew. Oh, he knew.
He knew what he was doing.
He knew that before I beat him fair and square. 1, 2, 3. His shoulders were on his back. Done. And I think he's still to this day, he doesn't let me live it down.
But that's somebody you had like good chemistry with and everything, right?
Yes.
Easy opponent.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say.
Another one I had. How about King Michael?
Yep, King Michael McKinger.
I watched a ladder match with you guys earlier today.
Our ladder match. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. I think Venomous actually made the save for that, didn't he?
No.
Something at the end, maybe?
Oh, yes. Oh, wow, this is so long ago. That was the match when I won the heavyweight title, and then the ref ended up getting knocked out.
Yeah.
And he didn't see it. He stole it from me to win. I remember now. Yeah, Venomous wasn't always a bad guy, though. He wasn't. He was on the good sides too.
Mm-hmm.
We actually did a 4-on-4 tag match for all the belts one time. It was we called it Flyier's gang. It was kind of like my gang.
Mm-hmm.
I had 3 other people that were on my team, and there was us 4 versus the other 4. So Michael McKinger was one of them. He was the heavyweight champion at the time, and this was for all the titles. Okay, it was called Divine Intervention. It was the biggest show of the year for them. Divine Intervention is the biggest show for Ultimate Wrestling of the year. So it was at that. So they give them everything. So it was a 4-on-4 for all the titles. Michael McKinger, King Michael, he was the UW heavyweight champion, and there was the Rich Kids. They were the tag team champions, and then there was Jack of Spades. He was the Phantom Division champion, and it was against Cosmic Venom, which was Orion and Venomous as a tag team, and Bizarro, and then me, Jay Flyier. And it ended up Awesome match. Awesome match. We had Bizarro ended up taking the Phantom title from Jack of Spades. This is all in the same match.
Right.
It's all a final. And it's elimination. So Bizarro took the Phantom Division champion from Jack of Spades. And then Orion and Venomous, Cosmic Venom, took the tag titles from the Rich Kids, which finally left King Michael and myself for the heavyweight championship.
Nice.
So we ended up going at it. And once again, I ended up ending him with the 450.
And you went over.
I have not. Yep. I have never had anybody kick out of my 450 yet.
Well, that's good.
No way. I have not. And I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah,
Never had anybody kick out of it.
Yeah, you want to protect it.
Oh, I do. I protect it. I actually wrestled the show last Sunday. I was at WXWC4, and we wrestled at the Harley Davidson Center. And clearly, my tights even say 450 on them. Or my new ones. I got a new pair, a new royal blue and yellow, my newest pair. And I put my 450 logo on the back of them. So I'm going to start doing that, putting my 450 logo on it. So.
Do you have a guy or a girl that does that? Because I know that's like a thing.
Yes, I do. I have a female that actually makes all of my gear for me.
Okay.
She actually has all my designs. Only I keep the same designs on everything. I really like my designs because they are my own made designs. They're not bought through anybody. And I get them customly made, and I just change my colors.
Simple enough.
What's that?
I said that's simple enough.
Yep.
Okay.
But it means a lot to me.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's your own thing.
For sure.
You personalize, like people identify you with.
Yep.
But
I was at that show, and this guy walks by me. Can't recall his name, but he walks by me. He says, "Hey, are you going to be hitting the 450 tonight?" I said, "Excuse me?" He said, "Well, I was just wondering because I was going to do it."
Oh.
I was like, "That's not a good idea. I prefer you not because that is what I do."
Right.
And this guy, he was just so blunt about it, so cool about it. Just like, I might hit the 450. Like, to me, the 450, that is like a Christmas present to me. Okay?
Yeah.
It's not something that's just like, oh, that's a move to hit. No. That is literally, I will fight for that. Because I honestly will sit here and say it proudly that 450 splash, I've got that down to a T. And I can hit that better than anybody I've seen do it now. So I don't want anybody trying to come across to. It's just how I feel.
He didn't use it then that night? Like he listened to you?
I actually went for it. But I didn't hit it.
No, not you. The guy that asked you, I meant.
No, he did not.
Okay. Good.
No, I would have been eyeing him down and I would have ran out of it.
Okay, you said, like, beside yourself, best 450, anybody in the past you could name that you, like, that was good, like, theirs is good?
Oh, like doing a 450?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some good ones. I'm not trying to sit here and say, oh, mine's better.
No, right, and I know what you mean, yeah.
That, but I took so long to perfect it and make it my way. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at from WWE. I mean, he's not there anymore. He's in Lucha Underground, but look at Justin Gabriel at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he could hit a 450, beautiful, but he ended up hurting somebody, I believe. So, I've seen. Oh, it's really hard to say his name because he doesn't even wrestle anymore, which is sad. But see, it's somebody like that, somebody that does it and they think it's great that they did it, but they don't even wrestle anymore, so you're nothing.
Yeah.
So that kind of stuff, I take to heart.
Right.
So yeah, one other guy did, but I hit him so constant, and it's not like I don't go out there and hit them every single match. I don't do that. No, absolutely not. Yeah, I'm sure fans want to see it, but at the same time, if you see a 450 every single night, aren't you going to eventually get tired of seeing that?
Yeah, it doesn't make it as special when you do see it.
Right. If you do it every single night, wow, awesome. You can do it. He's going to come out and do it. Awesome. So I don't hit it every night. I do have I have a standing finisher too, which is called the Angel Wings.
Mm-hmm.
I hit that, and that's my take home. I use that, and it tends to work just fine.
Do you want to explain real quick what that move actually is for people?
Yeah, pretty much your. Let's see, how's a good way to explain this? Everybody knows what a pedigree is, right?
Of course.
Okay, well then we're getting somewhere. Set them up like a pedigree, and then you literally pick them straight up so their legs are straight up like a pile driver.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I get them straight up like a pile driver, I jump in the air and I turn into a sit out and I push them, and they do a face bump, and I take an ass bump.
Okay.
And I spin in the air. I spin in the air when I do it.
I've seen it. I think it looks good. Like, I really like it. Like, you pull it off nice, and I mean, obviously it depends on the other person, like trusting you.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I have some people that are horrible with it, and I've had to literally pick up all their dead weight.
Okay. Another name I had up here real quick. J.D. Johnson. You worked with, also.
J.D. Johnson. Yep. He's like some prison guy.
Yeah.
Creepy as all hell, I'll tell you. He's got different contacts in his eyes. Looks at me weird, and I don't know. I'm not going to run away from you, dude.
Right.
Not going to run from you, but at the same time, I don't know what you're going to try to accomplish. I don't know what you're going for.
Right. Just one of those guys that are out there.
Yeah, he's very good. He wrestles at Ultimate Wrestling too. He wrestles at Maximum Force Wrestling. I've seen him at Old School Pro Wrestling. I mean, I've seen him, in a few places. Worked him a couple times. Had some decent matches with him. So.
Okay. I saw a picture you had up of Tatanka, or you were talking about working with Tatanka, right?
Yeah. I worked with Tatanka at MFW just a few months ago. 4 months ago, 5 months ago. It was right before WrestleMania, because he was wrestling on WrestleMania.
Right there.
So I knew he was leaving from when he was with us, and he was going right there. That's all I know.
I mean, what was that experience like? I mean, did you kind of pick his brain a little bit, or?
No. You know what's really weird about it is normally, a WWE guy or somebody that comes along that is at a higher level than you are, you always want to try to learn from them.
Right.
Always want to learn from them. And Tatanka, honestly, he was such a like a cool person that you felt comfortable with him at all times. You could just have a conversation with him. You could, even just watching him wrestle, the way that he wrestles and stuff like that, because obviously he's old school, and the way that he wrestles, he's so put together, and he's so awesome at his work that without him even saying anything, just watching him, you can learn so much. But he's an awesome guy.
Yeah. I did see a picture you had up with the Boogeyman.
The Boogeyman, yeah. Oh, the Boogeyman. This is, yeah. Another thing with the Boogeyman is I was doing a show with the Boogeyman, and he was going right. He had to be right on the Royal Rumble right after that. So it's like, it's pretty cool. Like working with some of these guys, and they're going up to the Fed and doing some shows and stuff. So, Boogeyman, And yeah, he was cool. I met actually I got a story I could tell you about Abyss, but so the boogeyman, yeah, he was trying to talk to me in the back or whatever, and he's busy, he has stuff going on and all that, but I wanted to make sure I got a picture with him.
Right.
Like I was like, I'm hanging out with you. I want a picture with you. So I told another person that was there. I was like, here's my phone. Take a picture real quick. So I go to take a picture with him. He just takes his hands and puts them around my neck. Like it wasn't even. I don't know. It was just I was ready to take a picture, and next thing you know, he's got his big old claw things he's got in his hands around my neck, and she took the picture, and I was like, oh, that is awesome.
Yeah. Like the perfect moment.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. And he looked at me and he goes, "Take it easy, kid." So, yeah, I had some great times. Great times. I'll never forget the worms, though.
Yeah.
His worms that he eats, right?
Of course.
Man, I was standing right next to him in the Titantron right before the entrance to go. And actually, I worked with Boogeyman at a fed called WWWA. Okay. Worldwide Wrestling Alliance, I think it was called. Yeah, that's what it was. God, it was a while ago. And I was standing behind the curtain and everything next to the Boogeyman because he was getting ready to go out. I was standing on the side doing something, stretching or something, and he's sitting there eating the worms before he even goes out. So now I'm seeing this, and I'm thinking, he actually enjoys this. This isn't just for show. Like, he actually enjoys these worms.
Yeah.
So I looked at him, and I think he caught me, like, staring at him for a second. And he's like, "Here, you want a worm, kid?" I'm like, holy shit, no.
Yeah, I mean, like I heard that he would get like really sick from that, and he had to like switch to like different worms or something. Did you hear that story?
I don't know that much depth about it, but
okay. I mean, I would imagine that it has to mess your stomach up somehow, though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's any worm better than another worm. I don't know, but
I think it was like mealworms, and he was like eating like different. I don't know, but
crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But the things I heard too is
he makes a career eating worms, so have at it.
Yeah, right. Better him than you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But everything I heard about him, like everybody said, like he's a really nice guy.
Yes, for sure.
Okay. You said something about Abyss?
Yeah. I wrestled on the same. I was on the same show with Abyss and Rhino at the time.
Oh.
And Rhino, he was a nice guy. Didn't really talk too much. Some workers, some wrestlers talk a lot. Some of them just kind of stay humble.
Mm-hmm.
But Abyss, yeah, I worked with him at ESW, Empire State Wrestling, and he actually, I met him before, he put his mask on and all that kind of stuff. I met him and I introduced myself. "Hey, how you doing? My name's Jay Flyier. Pleasure to meet you." Didn't know it was Abyss, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know. I just thought it was another person that was here, and me as a respectful professional wrestler, I introduce myself to every single person I see.
It's the right thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely. If you don't, you're not respectful at all. You don't even deserve to be in the business. So, but yes, and I introduced myself to him, shook his hand, shooting the shit with him for a minute, and then I go off and do my own thing. Getting ready to do a seminar. I'm getting ready to do a seminar with Trent Beretta. Trent Beretta at the time.
Huge fan. I'm a huge fan of Trent's.
Whatever, do some stuff. Or was it the Adam Cole one? No, I don't know. I've done a lot of shit. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
I think it was Trent Beretta at the time, yeah. So then we get done doing the seminar and all that stuff, getting placed with things, and go back there, and he's got all this stuff on. Okay, like he's got his, he's getting all ready, geared up and stuff like that. I'm like, no shit, I'm going to go meet this guy. So I go over to meet him, and I'm like, "Hey, Abyss, I'm Jay Flyier, pleasure to meet you, and he's like, "We already met, kid." I was like, "Oh, that was you. Got it." Okay. And he kind of just, when he sees me, he laughs. He laughs. Not in like a laugh like, oh, you're a fucking idiot, but like laugh as like a
Right.
joke, like, hey, you. So,
I was gonna say maybe you should have said like Joseph Parks the first time, and then he gets the gear on.
yeah, yeah,
Old TNA stuff.
yeah,
But yeah, you were saying that, and like I'm a huge Trent Beretta fan. Like even like WWE stuff, and they didn't use
yeah.
him right, and yeah, he made a name for himself outside of afterwards. But okay, I want to talk about Sean Patrick Mullen, your booking agent.
Yep.
I hope he's listening to this because like I want to say thank you to him again for everything.
Yes, I would like to also say thank you to
Yeah,
him.
he set me up with all these guys to interview, so he's kind of keeping this thing going for me. Do you want to just say a couple words about Sean?
Sean, yeah, Sean's an awesome guy so far. I mean, I'm kind of like newer towards the whole stuff with him,
Mm-hmm.
but he's an awesome guy. He keeps me in. We're in touch about things. I know he's trying to help me and trying to help him, and I feel like together, with his abilities of what he knows and my abilities of what that I know, I feel like we can take this whole client and agent wrestling to the next level. I really do.
Okay. Would you say that fishing is like your second passion besides wrestling?
Fishing? Oh, absolutely. That's my downtime.
Yeah, yeah.
That's my downtime. When I want nothing to do with anybody, I need some time. I've been on the road for days. I've been wrestling, hopping, show hopping, pretty much you can call it, and I'm ready for some me time.
And where does that come from?
So,
Fishing, like just growing up fishing, or
no, actually, when I was younger, that was the only thing that my father and I had in common when I was younger.
okay,
When I was a kid, is he always took me fishing. We always did when I was young, and I just kind of I got attached to it, and it was kind of like my father's and my thing. And he hasn't been around. I haven't fished with him in ages. Fishing's always still been a thing for me.
yeah,
So
okay.
that's
Okay.
legit.
You're still a young guy. You said 27, but obviously, like the ultimate goal would like to be move up to one of the bigger companies. Like, do you have like a 5-year plan or anything like that? Like a certain goals, like by the time I hit 30, like I want to be like this.
Um, in a way, I mean, of course, I wanted to be signed with WWE by the time I was even 25. I wanted to be a real goal that I have right now is that by the time I turn 30 is kind of pushing it,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, it's not. I mean, I'm actually 26. I'll be 27 June 1st. I'll just put that out there.
Okay.
um, now as we're talking about age, I think 30s. I'm actually, because I'm 26 right now. I'm getting older, but I can still move. I still make sure that I can move. I'm constantly working out. I'm at the gym. Monday through Friday. I'm at the gym. I'm always making sure that I'm taking care of myself, and I'm still able to keep myself going and be a good performer. So I feel like because I'm very persistent about that I feel like it's going to keep me from aging.
Right.
So by the time I'm 30, within the next couple of years, within the next year, I'd like to be doing work with Ring of Honor, or Lucha Underground, or TNA, or something like that. If you can get yourself into one, you can pretty much get yourself into something.
Absolutely. I was gonna say something like a PWG, anything like that. I mean, I know that's like West Coast and you're East Coast, but
I will go wherever I need to go.
okay.
I would love to. I will not turn down any opportunity.
Okay. Well, we're kind of wrapping this up here. Do you want to any plugs you wanna give out there?
Yeah, actually, you don't mind if we're wrapping this up and everything, the name's Mr.450, J Flyier. Definitely look me up if you have not seen my stuff. I just uploaded a new YouTube channel. If you type in Justin Bennett, it will come up. If you go on Facebook, you look up J Flyier athlete page. Go on there, send me an invite. Accept my friend request. I'll probably send to you. Just look up my stuff and follow me, and hopefully I can see you at one of my shows. So.
Okay, sounds good. I want to thank you again for getting real with us in the beginning there.
Yeah, of course.
And thanks for being on, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, well, I really appreciate it too. Thank you very much.
All right, you guys just listened to our episode with Jay Flyier, Mr.450. Really, he got real with us there. We weren't expecting that one. Great story though, about battling back, no matter what it takes. I want to say thank you to him again for sharing that story with us, and I want to thank Sean Patrick Mullen once again for setting everything up and really championing this podcast, being behind us all the way. Before we get out of here, I want to just plug our iTunes again. It's Electric City Wrestling Fans on iTunes. Please subscribe to it, rate possibly 5 stars, leave a review, a like. Tell your friends, and then tell your friends to tell their friends, so we could network this whole thing and get as many listeners as possible. That's what it's all about. Make sure you check us out on the Facebook page, Electric City Wrestling Fans, also the group page, same name, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.